3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this chilly Monday morning. I hope you are all warmed up and ready for this week. For today's interview, we are headed to the State of the Region address that was given by the Governor on Friday, and she placed a big emphasis on youth unemployment in this region. So do stay tuned for that. But first up, we have the news. In today's news, we are looking at the bus increase the city of Windhoek is implementing on the 1st of August, followed by a soup donation that went to the shelters in Windhoek. The city of Windhoek have indicated through a public notice that the bus fares will increase for the 2022-2023 financial year. Those making use of the service is informed that the city of Windhoek will increase the municipal bus fares effective from the 1st of August. This is in line with the government gazette and the city of Windhoek tariffs for the financial year. The bus tariffs will increase as follows. Smart card fares will increase from $7.50 to $8.50 per trip, while cash fares will increase from $8.50 to $9.50 per trip. Passengers must obtain receipts from the bus driver every time they enter a municipal bus in exchange for their payment. Any passenger without a receipt will be regarded as an illegal passenger and will be asked to pay or leave the bus by the bus inspectors. If a bus driver refuses to provide passengers with a receipt, such passengers must inform the bus inspectors or city police at the nearest checkpoint. Weeks after the living conditions of the more than 100 people staying at the temporary shelter at the Katatura Multipurpose Center came to light, the basketball, who are also on the same premises, decided to give soup to the children staying there. According to one of the volunteers, it's great to see everyone assisting where they can. They are also planning a cleanup campaign, but are in need of cleaning supplies and refuge bags. Of the people staying there, 36 are homeless. There are also 3 elderly and 45 youth who lost their jobs during COVID. There are also 14 toddlers and 12 newborn babies, the eldest of which is around 8 weeks. The women with babies get first choice of staying in a building on the premises, but there hasn't been water for weeks on end and the bathroom facilities haven't been in working conditions since the shelter opened. According to the volunteer, the youth minister is simply not maintaining it. NTV reported earlier that according to City of Windhoek spokesperson Lydia Amutenya, a plan to relocate or integrate them is long overdue, hence there are various stakeholders playing various roles with regard to the care of these people that need to be consulted to explore the right modality. Most of the parents there are struggling with diapers and milk for their young ones. If anyone wants to make a contribution towards the shelter, the number on the screen can be dialed for one of the volunteers. We will now look into the Recon Africa case that is currently being heard in the Windhoek High Court, and then we look at the First Lady and her talk to the women of the Karas region. Since Wednesday, the Recon Africa case is being heard in court. A number of conservancies and one of their umbrella organizations approached the Windhoek High Court with a request to put a stop to the Namibian Environmental Commissioner and other co-defendants, including the Namibian subsidiary of the Canadian gas and oil exploration company Renaissance Energy Africa. Yesterday, the defense was still walking Judge Isishiming Chase through their heads of argument and counterclaims. The Allgemeine Zeitung reported that the issue at hand is to determine whether A. the plaintiffs were even entitled to bring suit on behalf of their communities, B. whether the suit, which is dismissed by the Environmental Commissioner as lacking merit, does have merit at all, and C. whether the application should even be heard in the High Court. The Environmental Commissioner contends that any appeals should have been made to himself and not the High Court.
The majority of people who commit gender-based violence are not arrested. They live amongst us. It's our husbands, it's our brothers, it's our fathers, it's our cousins, it's our friends, it's our comrades, it's people we know. So if I know that my friend, my brother, my cousin is beating his wife, or if I know that my friend who is a woman is abusing her husband, what is it that I should do? Do I gossip about it with other people? Because by talking about it to others, does it solve the problem? So often we do have three things that we need to think about. Firstly, we need to think of it is a generational curse. When you are raised in a house where you see this, it often finds its way in your own house. Whether it's either through accepting that this is okay behavior, or whether it's your child, your daughter starting to accept if her husband beats her that it's normal because I watched my mother being beaten, or your son thinking, if my wife upsets me, I can beat her because that's what I saw in my house. So it's a curse that you're passing down to a generation when you leave this. But secondly, there's also something in our spirits that knows something is not right. What do we do, especially in these complicated cases, where you know the woman either can't leave, whether it's you yourself, you know you can't leave, or you need to protect children? Because this thing of saying, just leave, it's very easy advice. Because most women get hurt the most when they leave. You cannot tell a woman, just leave. Why don't you leave? Because she's at most at risk when you leave. Financially, physically, emotionally.
I must remind you that we had a very hard and challenging journey from 2021, the year of resilience, to set a tone after COVID-19 heavy impact, which required us to reposition ourselves for a better landing into 2022, the year of re-emerging, which calls for us to think differently, move forward with renewed enthusiasm and vision. Dear respected Khomas residents and all development role players, beside the hardship we went through and continue to endure, our mandate remains unchanged, and it is development and nation building for the attainment of our national development goals and the actual realization of our Vision 2030. It is for this good reason that I wholeheartedly urge all of us, as royal and devoted residents of this great region, to remain those unwavering and non-surrendering role players in development for the fulfillment of that desired act of justice to eradicate poverty and underdevelopment in our Khomas region. It is imperative for us to love what we are embrace our regional vision, and keep reminding ourselves who we are, what we stand for, where we want to go, and why we want to go there. The general unemployment in the region and youth unemployment, particularly for the youth aged 15 to 34, stand at an alarming 43%, of which 40 are male and 46 are female. As such, unemployment among the young people in the Khomas region, as it nationally remains a fundamental challenge, as it leads to the prevailing social economic issues faced by our young people in the region. The impact of COVID-19 and economic crisis further exacerbated the plight of the youth who are left to scramble for limited employment opportunities. The Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Service created many viable avenues for the youth development and empowerment interventions to ensure the participation of the youth in the mainstream economy by impacting skills to schools dropouts and unemployed young people to make them employable, self-reliant, and productive citizens. The Khomas Regional Council Youth Office has been instrumental in availing the Windhoek Multi-Purpose Resource Center for the youth to have access to related youth services such as internet, meeting facilities, skills training, empowerment programs, and projects, among others. The Khomas Regional Youth Office provides young people with soft skills such as basic computer literacy, training, and tailoring. Due to COVID-19 restrictions during the reporting period, only a limited number of trainees could access the training. And as such, the basic computer training successfully trained only 36 in basic computer literacy and 12 in training. As part of the ongoing process of establishing 121 youth constituency youth enterprises, the Khomas region has managed to successfully register all 10 constituency youth enterprises. The business interest of the 10 close cooperatives or cooperation ranges from ICT services, delivery, catering, and manufacturing. With the aid from the University of Namibia, all 10 constituencies managed to develop business plans which are ready for funding. The 2021 financial year has indeed an exciting year for youth civic participation, where young people from all walks of life took up their obligation in different forms to take part in various voluntary activities, such as the youth responding to the COVID-19. This initiative saw 40 youth, 12 males and 28 females country, or carrying out door-to-door house visits to raise awareness about the dangers of COVID-19. This also included the dissemination of information and referral for testing and medical aid. The Regional Sports Directorate initiated and coordinated sports policy development and facilitating the implementation of sports development programs, creating a conducive sporting environment by building and upgrading sports facilities, encouraging interlinkage and networking between all sports organizations, and providing funding for different codes of sports. Even there, the COVID-19 control measures severely restricted sports activities. Khomas region was still a hive of many diverse sports events that took place, such as motorsports, amateur football, netball, hockey, and rugby. The pending plans for 2022 are the renovation and upgrading of the Independence Stadium and the Sam Nujoma Stadium.
Vandag besoek ons die Droogtehulpfonds in Suid-Afrika en hulle het 'n video saamgestel oor die nood wat tans ervaar word. En as julle die droogtehulp in Namibië volg, sal julle weet dat Burger ook 'n ongelooflike rol gespeel het hier in Namibië om seker te maak dat daar na ons boere gekyk word. Nou ons Droogtehulpfonds in Namibië is steeds baie aktief en het enige donasie en enige finansiële steun wat hulle kan toekom word opreg waardeer. So, kyk na hierdie video. Dit trek bietjie aan die hartsnaar om te weet die mense sukkel en ons is so afhanklik van ons boere in Suid-Afrika en in Namibië. Maar Namibië het ook 'n ongelooflike geleentheid waar ons lekker gaan dans om geld in te samel vir die boere, vir die droogtehulp van Namibië. So kyk bietjie hier en raak betrokke. Ons boere het ons hulp nodig en ons moet saam staan.
Mense hart breek as jy weet hoe jou mense se plaas gelyk het en hoe dit nou lyk. So ek wil vandag vir jou vra, as dit op jou hart lê, of jy hulle nie kan help met iets nie, kos, vleis, enige iets. Die Here het seker 'n doel met alles, want oupas gaan hierdie gemaak het, he.
Vir 'n oomblik wil ek vir jou vra om te vergeet van die stem en van die Afrikaans, want dis 'n noodkreet wat ek graag vir jou moet oordra. Dis 'n noodkreet van ons landbouers in Suid-Afrika, en as ons gaan wag vir die regering om eendag iets aan te doen, gaan niks gebeur nie, want net jy is die verskil in landbou in Suid-Afrika. Ek wil jou vandag uitnooi om ons te gaan besoek by droogtehulp.co.za, waar ons omgee vir Suid-Afrikaanse landbouers, vir mense wat reeds op hulle knieë is, mense wat opkyk na die hemel en vra, Vader, hoe maak ons nou? Ons het niks. Ons gee om vir Suid-Afrikaanse boere, en ons sal aanhou omgee tot die dag wanneer dit nie meer nodig is nie. Raak vandag deel van die organisasie Droogtehulp met Burger, hier waar ons omgee vir Suid-Afrikaanse boere. Dankie.
Nou as jy lus is vir 'n lekker skoffel, moet jy nou nie die Klipwerf Boereorkes mis nie op die 5de Augustus ten bate van die droogtehulp in Namibië. Hier gaan ons lekker langarm by die Andries Du Plessis skoolsaal by die Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat Skool en alles begin om 7 uur. Die toegang is $180 Namibiese plus 'n ete van $150 Namibiese. Maak seker jy mis nie die geleentheid nie. For today's life hack, if you have a pimple which you would much rather not have there, please don't scratch. All you have to do is take some honey, put it over the pimple, cover it with a band-aid and leave it overnight. Tomorrow morning, no more pimple and no scar. Next up, Jeanette Dierhart for your Flex Minute.
Bookings for Namibia Tourism Expo 2022 are open. The expo will take place from 3 to 5 November 2022 in Windhoek. To secure your booking, visit nte.nmh.com.na. And for more information on the expo, follow all Namibia Media Holdings platforms. The expo is supported by the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry, Namibia Tourism Board, FENATA, City of Windhoek, and Namibia Media Holdings. Namibia Tourism Expo, taking tourism to the regions.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Flex Minutes. My name is Jeanette Deergaard and today I will be showing you guys a life hack, okay? This is really a life hack. What I want you to teach you guys today is the interior tilt. So that is basically while you're doing any workout, you're constantly engaging your abs, you're squeezing your glutes, and you are doing your workouts, and you will see that with still standing movements while you're standing up, or even just using different body parts, that you have to do this interior tilt. So what you're gonna do is you have it, so I'm just gonna demonstrate to you guys. Your butt is out, but with this one you need to squeeze everything in. So it's like this and you bring it in. So you have that interior tilt. You also do this when you are doing a what you call it now, when you're doing the planks. That is what you're going to do. An interior tilt, you're going to constantly tilt that body, or not tilt it, it's, you know, because you're tilting like that, but you're actually squeezing your abs and you're contracting it, and you can do your workouts like that. But that brings me to the end of today's Flex Minute. I hope to see you all next time again.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, sadly, our program has come to an end, but don't despair. NTV brings you everything you want to see. We will be back again tomorrow, and Irene Marie van der Walt will bring you an amazing new interview, and I will source a new recommendation. See you then.
Bedroom of my little home in the eastern suburbs of the city town, where our demons run amok and we got no distaste for alcohol and such. Fear and scorn, or wrath of any woman, cause broken bones and missing artifacts from the nightclubs we own, and often rent to others who search for some reason for undercover love. right.